Hello. Welcome to my little channel here on the interwebs. They're coming for the police, that's right. I have an issue here in Austin. They're using taxpayer monies to spread racism in the disguise of equality through the terms of critical race theory. Now, what I'm about to show you may be a little boring, but bear with me. I'm going to read everything that this person has posted. Well, not everything, but a good amount of things that the person has posted to kind of show my point. And hopefully, I'm not clipping too much. But, anyways, with further ado, I would like you to meet Johnny K2000 at Johnny K2001. Or it'll be, I guess, 20,001. I follow this person. He is one of my windows into the Austin politics on a local level. He presents a lot of information that I use, and actually I probably tweeted a couple times at him with pointy, sharp responses. Nothing against him. I'm just glad that someone's able to do this and get to the bottom of it. But here's Joyce James Joyce James Consulting. Equal treatment does not lead to equality. So there, it actually is not starting off too good because people want equality, which means you gotta tear everyone down to make sure everyone gets equality of outcome. And that's just not how the American dream is supposed to be. You're supposed to work hard, you try your best. If you fail, you try again until you succeed, depending on what you're doing. So this is from Joyce Consulting to the City of Austin. Attention, Eljoy Armstrong, Financial Manager 2, Procurement and Contract Services, and Marcy Brook, Division Manager of DEI and Organization Resources. A quote for services to Austin City Manager. I would read this, but it's very much a typical contract. This is where it actually gets little into the meat of it. JCC will dedicate 40 days over the next 12 months, and each 12 months, therefore, ongoing in the constellation of implementation of the Texas model as deliverable included in the scopes of work for a period up to 5 years, not to exceed $2.9 million. So that's $2.9 million that they're taking away from the tax base that my hard-earned money is going to each year that my taxes are going up. This is the reason why. It is because they are actually robbing the people of maybe good roads. They could probably pay for a couple light fixtures, how replace a couple of light bulbs that are burnt down. So yes, the timeline will be 58 days of consultations, and the first 12 months will be developed in the consultation of the city managers, executive leadership, and contract manager. The cost associated with the work will be $10,000 per day for a total of $580,000 per year. Keep in mind, that's $500,000 out of the picture each year of the fiscal. Now, my issue is that if we voted for this, kind of like the stupid light rail that we voted for the infrastructure, that's probably going to raise our taxes again. Who knows what I'm going to be paying for taxes this year? I think last year was anywhere between 7 to 8K. So it's probably going to be somewhere, maybe another 9K this year, but we'll see. Anyways, this is money that we did not vote for earmark to go towards this, but this is the city council ignoring what we, the voters, have to say. Now, it does get a little worse here, and I gotta go back a couple slides because I actually made a typo in my first screen, but that's not the point. Anyways, let's see here. I think this is where it goes. Where it starts here. Also, the contract did not identify any specific regards to the groundwater analyst training curriculum entitled by Marcy Brooks that may provide more specific information on the piece, but is not outlined in the specific contract. This is from Michelle to Acting Police Chief Joseph Cochrane, CC Troy Gay. The think he's a city councilor, but it doesn't really matter. According to this contract, does not specify groundwater training criminal entails. So this has from the police chief. Do you have any documentation that answers blank questions about groundwater analysts below? He's asking whether the critical race theory is specifically outlined as part of the lesson plans. Michelle has already provided me a copy of her contract. Thanks to the police chief. Then we have from Marcella Brooks to Joseph Caron. The description of the SOW is stated in the critical race theory is one of three theories of actions that can serve a foundation for racial equality work in discussing and understanding why the desperate outcomes across the helping system for the same populations. The groundwater analyst work group was developed based on hands-on work research for many years on working to address racial disproportional in the state systems. It was not designed based on critical race. The Texas model expanded into the response of the law, Senate Bill 6, 2005, requiring the Child Protective Services to address disproportional in form of the components of groundwater analysts. In addition, the GWA workshop, JJC is using the Texas model as an overall framework for the ongoing ATB work. Of course, the next slide is an email. The two is actually going to be cut off. I don't know who the person is, nor do I really care, but it's pretty damning. To the Chief Chuck Hong, just to be clear, I did not walk out of the ADP groundwater analyst training of institutional racism last Thursday. I was expelled from the class from the lead facility, Joyce James. I understand her decision to be based on her insistence that every attendee to physically or verbally show commitment to their contract items as listed on the individual side. The decision to have me as a participant and not was Joyce James' decision, and in my opinion, based on her adamant position of if the class attendees did not verbally or physically show total commitment to the contract and had diversity of opinion, they could not remain in her class. It's not a matter of attendees walking out on the training. And if that's being presented, kind of goes a little bit more about freedom of expression. It's concerning that the department is supporting of the Vegas rules based on the premises of the bond of code of silence. The facility explanation of having attended make public affirmation by what happened in Vegas classroom stays in Vegas classroom. So they can't even tell us the people that's paying for this crap, what is in the actual in the training, because what stays in Vegas rules. This is a outright breach of contract or breach of trust from the city council onto the voters. I demand that every class that the police officers have to take or the city council has to take, whether it is a city class or being funded by the city, must be open to the public. That is my personal opinion on the matter, and I will not be swayed. I am concerned that if the class is expanded beyond the leadership cadre recruitment and training to department-wide deployment, there could be further potential discriminatory actions against individuals based on their race, color, national origin, religion, sex, or age, just like the concerns raised after the initial rollout of Undoing Racism class by the People Institution for Survival and Beyond. This class will create the same negative environment. What is the department's plan moving forward, provided with more balanced approach to the presentation of material that the employee might consider to be controversial or counter to their personal belief, held beliefs, value, or standards in order not to create a negative, disparate, or hostile work environment? I anticipate others will wonder why they are required to do if they are asked to leave in future class by the facilitators. Like I said, this class needs to be public. I want to know what is in this training, then why this person was kicked out, and what was in the training that caused for it to be secret. That's just my opinion. I want this class to be public. I want to know what our $10,000 a day is paying, or almost over half a million. So, of course, the acting police chief responded, I understand I'm not accusing you of anything, just making the expectations clear. I have addressed this with Joyce James Consulting Group as well. And you were not the only one that ended up not attending. Thanks, Joe, acting police chief or interim police chief. Let's see here. And of course, there is no more. This is just a different part of it. Actually, no, contract between the city of Austin, blah, 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 negotiated terms, contract, incorporated exhibit. Yeah, it's just part of the contract. Joyce James and then Aaron D. Vincent, which is digitally signed. So we need to get this person out because he signed it by using our taxpayer money. And I think that's very disturbing. Like I said, this person has a lot of yeah. City of Austin accepts 10,000 day quote, signs a contract April 27th. The contract will be effective for 3 years, and the city will have an option to add 2 extra years. Our tax money is paying for this crap, and we can't even know what the training entails. Anyways, I think this is a bad move, and I'm predicting a purge at the city council, both on the mayor level and city council. And I hope that the new city council can fire some of the people making these bad decisions. And the CRT training is coming for our cops, which will probably make them less effective. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. Morale at the police is already at low after the defund movement, and the city is just treating them like crap. Anyways, leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button in all platforms. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.